The story follows a cowardly protagonist who unexpectedly finds himself trapped in the frightening world of a horror web novel he's reading. As he navigates this eerie universe, his main struggle revolves around trying to find his way back home, adding layers of tension and suspense to the narrative. The demon magician who is mistakenly revered as a saint after transmigrating into a fantasy world. Driven by a single desire to return home, he brings destruction and upheaval wherever he goes, believing it to be the only path back. However, just as he thinks he has succeeded, he discovers that the way home is permanently closed. Instead, he is sent back in time to the day he first arrived in this world. Armed with knowledge of the future, he resolves to do everything differently, only to find himself once again entangled in a chain of misunderstandings, where his demonic actions are continually mistaken for saintly miracles. The story follows a protagonist whose soul is summoned into the body of a man already pretending to be a transcendent being within the novel's world. Forced to uphold this dangerous facade, he relies on deception as his primary means of survival, using wit and calculated bluffing to appear powerful and force his enemies into submission. As the journey unfolds, each encounter pushes the illusion further, entangling him deeper in a role that could collapse at any moment. In Wizard of the Abyss, protagonist is subjected to illegal experiments by a powerful noble organization seeking to create overpowered magicians. Labeled a failure, he is discarded and left to die. Against all odds, he survives and awakens a dangerous, hidden power, one that threatens to consume him as much as it empowers him. The story follows his relentless struggle to stay alive while fighting against the very power within him, as each day becomes a battle not just for survival, but for control. The protagonist joins an army expedition to conquer distant lands, fighting through brutal campaigns before finally returning home. Instead of triumph, he finds ruin, his family gone, his wealth lost, and every trace of his former life erased. Consumed by anger, he hunts down those responsible, setting himself on a path of bloodshed that slowly turns him into an overpowered enemy of the entire world. When his journey finally ends in death, he is resurrected far into the future of the same world. The story follows his second life as he struggles to understand whether his suffering, his violence, and the war he once fought were ever worth it. The protagonist grows up believing his mother's teaching that wizards are the shepherds of the world, guardians meant to protect ordinary people, the sheep. Shaped by this idealistic belief, he enters the wider world holding a lofty image of what wizards represent. However, as his journey unfolds, he's confronted by a far harsher reality that challenges everything he was taught. Complicating his path is a hidden identity that, if exposed, would mark him as an enemy to some of the most dangerous forces in the world. The story begins with the demonic cult's downfall, betrayed by its own followers. On her deathbed, the female leader of the cult entrusts her secrets to the protagonist and leaves him with an unusual final wish: to pursue her and marry her if he is ever given another chance. After his death, time reverses, sending the protagonist back to a point before the cult's collapse. Armed with future knowledge, he sets out to uncover the traitors within the cult while navigating a romance-filled comedic journey, using his sharp wit to survive misunderstandings, conspiracies, and the challenge of fulfilling the cult leader's dying wish. In What Do You Wish For with Those Murky Eyes, the protagonist is thrown into a war-torn world as nothing more than a common foot soldier, forced to grapple with the reality of killing and survival. Known for his lifeless, deadpan eyes, he is seen by others as an unsettling yet unremarkable presence on the battlefield. That perception changes when he is granted a devastating power, one so overwhelming that its mere manifestation makes enemies tremble. The story follows his struggle to reconcile his quiet, hollow demeanor with the terror and destruction he now commands. In Regression is Too Much, the protagonist is thrust into a world armed with an overpowered ability, Regression. As powerful as it sounds, the gift comes with a cruel condition. Even the slightest injury forces him to regress without any control. Trapped in this unforgiving loop, he must navigate every situation with absolute precision, desperately seeking a flawless path through each scenario. The story follows his relentless struggle to survive and adapt, knowing that even a single misstep will reset everything he has worked for. The protagonist begins with everything one could desire, yet remains hollow and unfulfilled. In search of meaning, he abandons his comfortable life and embarks on a journey to uncover the truth of the universe. When he finally reaches that truth, his time comes to an end. Just as everything seems finished, he's offered a mysterious second chance, one that pulls him into an endless cycle of wars. Whether this opportunity is salvation or a carefully laid trap remains at the heart of the story. In the world of Shadow Slave, every power comes with a flaw. For the protagonist, deception, lying through his teeth and manipulating others, has always been second nature. However, when he gains dominion over shadows, he loses the ability to lie altogether. Thrown into the deadly realm of nightmares, he must now survive using carefully crafted half-truths and calculated silence, struggling through a world where honesty can be as dangerous as any enemy.